Welcome on the AM News. In our first story, the minority in Parliament is questioning the Inspector General of Police's directive for security detail of members of Parliament to surrender their weapons as part of an enhanced security plan towards the Asin North by-election. Now, a member of the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee of Parliament and Member of Parliament for South Dai, Roxton Nelson Akakpo, says the IGP, apart from exposing the MPs to danger, has a sinister plan that appears to be working in the interest of the governing party in the Asin North by-election.
So to, out of the blue, to direct that the policemen who are attached to each member of parliament, whether you are in Asin Fosu or not, should surrender your weapon, amounts to varying the conditions of service of a member of parliament. And I think that the law does not permit him to do what he has done. If an IGP suddenly found a resource, apart from writing to me to fix his vehicles when they break down in my constituency, apart from asking people to help them to build police stations, furnish them, make donations in terms of logistics, but suddenly finds the resource to conduct health screening and tells the people that he's been sent by the president to do that, he will be motivated by other reasons to expose us to greater danger by taking the weapons away from the people who are supposed to protect us. What it means is that tomorrow, I shudder to anticipate what may happen tomorrow. Because for him to tell them that their weapons are withdrawn, it means I'm being protected by a policeman who has a stick in hand. And a policeman who has a stick in hand is incapacitated in the face of flying bullets. And so all MPs, especially minority MPs, are being exposed to greater danger from tonight.
But is it only affecting minority MPs or majority?
I saw nearly the 137 majority MPs.
You saw all of them?
I said I saw nearly all of them yesterday at the Breku Park when they had their rally. Each and every one of them had their security with their. Some now even have double weapons. The majority MPs and their security, some of those securities guarding the majority, some have double weapons. So a bit, I saw police vehicles carrying chairs to MPP campaign center yesterday. Also suggests that the security protecting the speaker have also been asked to surrender their weapons.
Personally, will you tell your security or will you tell your security to do
I have told my security not to surrender.
Why would you want your security to counter the directive?
Because the security man attached to me is part of my conditions of service.
And they are working under the IGP, and the IGP is issuing a directive.
Yes, I agree, but he's attached to me. His duty, first of all, is to the state and myself. He doesn't owe any duty to the IGP. He owes a duty to protect me.
Will the minority take this matter up?
We have taken the matter up. We have engaged at the highest level in the police service. But it appears that the IGP is adamant. And so we think that the IGP is complicit in any arrangement that will favor the MPP on the ground tomorrow, from tonight and tomorrow. I think the IGP, his conduct in this by-election speaks volumes. This is a man who cries every day that he has no logistics. Suddenly, he has commanded over 300 vehicles, police vehicles, and 3,000 policemen on the ground. The voter population has seen enough. As we speak, consists of 10% policemen. 10%. Everywhere you pass, you see men in uniform, in blue camouflage.
Is it not to enhance the security of the city?
How? What the voter population has seen is 40,000. Hold on, to 40,000. We have 99 polling stations. How do you deploy in excess of 3,000 policemen? Divide 3,000 by 99 and see how many policemen will be manning polling stations. If indeed the honest intention is to enhance security. In the meantime, we have a police command already present in the Asin North as a district. So let's be fair.
Well, on the back of that story, let's bring you some live footage. We cross over now to Asin North. My colleague Ohene Tewia is standing by. Ohene Tewia, what is the mood in Asin North this morning?
Thank you. All is set for the by-election. I'm currently at one of the polling stations here at Inga. And a few minutes ago, when I told the other parts of the constituency, I realized that the Electoral Commission staff were ready. And even though it is not time yet for the elections to kickstart, residents have already queued up, hoping to cast their ballot. I was a bit surprised when I saw many of them trooping to the voting center. I thought perhaps they had come for a different mission, but when I approached the people, the message they gave me was that yes, they want to be here early enough to cast their ballot. So all these people you see here are already in the queue, waiting for the voting process itself to begin. Here you can also see the Electoral Commission staff prepping up, and also they are discussing a few things before the voting process kickstart. So I will say in the constituency, everything is set, and the police, who are also expected to provide security, are here in their numbers. I counted not less than 5 police officers manning this polling center here at Inga. Inga is one of the highly densely populated voter centers, so it happens to be over 400 voters expected to cast their ballot here. So all these people you see here have lined up, hoping that when the process starts at 7 a.m., they have the opportunity to cast their ballot. Let me find out from few of them here who are here in their numbers. Papa, good morning.
Morning.
Obaha Brebe.
Bebaha 4 something, 4 5.
Obaha 4 5. I didn't know about 4 5. Wabra when him say about 1 year shall see 7.
Me bana mabeto ne tem me yakwan akọ baby. Ani ntinam ba ntem no.
Okay. Yanka, you been says here to about through presidential elections and as a general elections, na man for a quantumpa could DQ mu na we a by election. Also abaha anopano na any JB or huntrana.
Oh, say kuna midinachi no me doniti and our man me ba intentem no.
Okay, so what he tells me is that he's been here at 5 a.m. For him, he wants to cast his ballot as early as possible so he can attend to other business. He also tells me he wants to be here early enough to beat other people in the queue, so he will be counted among the few people to cast their ballot here. And he just saw now was about Muntia. I say, what say, O'Brien, what I Baha no Panonai.
That's why I want to say, Papa na all Baba standing no. The Yanamwa, Nintina Ma, Yaba Abaya Hosono, Tia Penasam, say Batuamano.
Okay, so he's motivated by the fact that one of the candidates who is vying for the parliamentary seat here, so he wants to ensure that he gets elected at all costs, and that is why he is here early enough. Papa, good morning.
Good morning.
So Bahache.
Oh, me baha 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Ofi here now be do 4 o'clock. We take room here now. Say be ofi actually now ba.
Me take room here.
Now Oba hantuntum anyo. Na have to say.
Oh, na ha say ntina ma share long sleeve and ma dress pass the entutum so enwe me. Na me say bi mu so be dika ba ha. A me ba me che wa ha. Nti na wo say me so me ba ntem. Se me ba enso me betu obi mu so wa ha.
Nti wo toso say e okinu.
Isi a me toso mi no.
Oba 4 no beto amanfo ha. Obedika betu obi a obedi na chi.
Ba me omo beto omo ha na che say omo ye police fo ni omo ba be hwe adwuma no so no. And I say,
so this man tells me because he understands the weather condition here, he's dressed up for the occasion. He knew mosquitoes could be around to disturb him, so he dressed up to meet the frustrations of these mosquitoes. So he's the second person to have arrived at this polling station here. He's the second man in the queue. yes, he's ever ready to take part in today's voting process. Papa, also by Habreben.
Oh, maybe do half 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock I'm matching and be do.
Until what to say, queue.
I'm a toss of me and son.
I didn't necessarily sorry 4 o'clock. I de on pass now to me now.
Me to me that pa because you punto na kachi because of normally honorable James Jachiquation ninti. Inti amaya ni asole se ye ma yimpunto nkachi sa. I was see a sole na ye betcha yadwe ni hu se yimpunto na akachi no. Ye pese nsa kam punto the back. I don't know I'm sorry for 4 o'clock baby because be shasing not to her masa. Say na papa ya da woloma ayo school yes ya wa wo de wani hu papa na be boss ma ya ye no marketing ketibia
ti o de obeto aba no esan say o pre mpuntu e wo ompotam ha
me pempuntu nti was am solintam na beto aba pempuntu.
All right, so he's also motivated by the fact that he wants to see development in the Asin North constituency, so that explains why he got up from home and got here at 4 a.m. To also take part in this voting process. Mami mpani for musmo bahantam pa mami mache. Now what to say?
Me ho ye.
Awo minim se sa abiri de nka wada ade na no pass abiri wugina hai.
Ye beto meti na me ya ba no. Ye pe Ghana man ko so. Sama ya ba ye beto ma no.
Na mami what do you feel say?
Me ya 73.
All right, so Ben, this woman here is 73 years old. She tells me she's been here in the morning enough to cast his ballot because he wants to push the development agenda of this area. And he's not the only person in this queue. You could see some elderly persons, some who cannot stand and have taken to the steps here to also take some rest. Let me speak to some of them here because they seems to be so much interested in today's voting process. I will march here. I will now pass you in the saying.
It didn't the Marisara.
You, Mammy Marisa. What also say, oh, a lie.
It also me.
That's just Oba Hache, and I say,
My name Papa and by.
Mammy Marisa is also Mary Asari is second in the queue here. I didn't know over say Umfi ko anyway. Uniki mu what you way.
Mena ya me ni fan ya me to me nante.
Okay, so she has a problem with the legs, and because of the pain in the limbs, she decided to take some rest on this particular step so he can also take part in the exercise. She is second in the queue here, so there's a long winding queue at Asin Inga polling center here. It's one of the polling centers with a high number of registered voters. I can see many of the elderly persons who have also joined the queue. So they are here in their numbers to participate in today's by-election. Let me find out from this woman here. Mommy, good morning. Good morning.
Fine morning.
Are there already so GQ more kwatwaba?
That me sha na me madwen wo.
What also say o queue?
It was 17.
It was 17.
Mate, me da say. Enti o sorry brebe na oba he.
Mo me sole 4:30. The South Asia na me ba ha. Tell me so the mama na Asia be pass 6:20 na ba ha no.
All right, so Ben, that has been the situation from the Asin Inga polling station here. Many of the voters have already joined the queue, though the voting process will start at 7 a.m. So I can say that all is set for today's exercise, and residents are eager to take part in the exercise.
And that is my colleague Ohiming Teria reporting live from Asin North. On now to our next story. Residents of Santro Coffee, Lolobi, Bogri and Akakpo are kicking against government's intention to mine iron ore in these areas. They say any attempt by the state to start mining in the area will greatly affect their socio-economic lives. Peter Senu has more in this report.
4 communities from Santro Coffee, Akakpo, Lolobi, and Bori have declared their intention not to allow government or any entity to mine iron ore deposits in these areas. Their concerns are born from what is currently happening in mining communities in Ghana, where water bodies are heavily polluted with other social and economic negative impacts of mining. For the residents, it is a no to mining from all fronts. The 4 communities have therefore formed an anti-iron ore mining committee to have a common voice to protect their communities and heritage. Emma Amuzu is one of the concerned women. As peasants, she says their livelihood, which is farming, would be jeopardized greatly.
We've seen what is happening in Ghana, especially Ashanti and other areas, the way the mining is destroying a lot of things. So here, the only job our parents do is farming. And then we have these beautiful mountains up here. If we allow them to come and mine here, then they will destroy our land, they will destroy our farming areas. We wouldn't have anything, any place to farm again. This is the main reason why we said no, we don't want, because we want the beautiful forest and the mountain to remain there as it was before our forefathers left. And so we are here, especially me, on behalf of the women, saying that no.
Samuel Tete is a metallurgical engineer and has 20 years mining industry experience and hails from the area. He provided some industry experience but wants government to engage communities so as to win their trust before providing any permits or licenses on mining in these areas.
As a technical person, a lot of stakeholder engagement is needed, where the communities will have to be told the bare truth. Looking at it in context, the benefit to the community in terms of social infrastructure, maybe they will build schools, build roads, build hospitals, but the effect is that the community will be hungry, their agriculture will be adversely affected, and the source of rainfall, drinking water, their sources of water all originate from these mountains. As soon as you disturb the land area, you expose the minerals to rain. So even if you tell the community you drill boreholes, have you looked at the effect of the pollution of surface mining into the underground water? Aside that, what will be the effect of dust, fugitive dust? If you breathe it in, what is the health effect of airborne diseases on the community? This is where I am coming from.
But why are residents in these areas not interested in developing their communities through mining? Here is Emma again.
What development are we seeing? We are not seeing any development. And for that matter, we cannot stand here today and say, yes, mining brings development. What development is it bringing in the Ashanti region, Western region, etc., etc.? We cannot allow anybody to come and destroy our forests and then our farms. If there is a development, we would have been seeing it already. Charity begins at home. And for that matter, we can't stand here now and believe any government that, yes, they will come and then mine here and then bring development. What sort of development, for heaven's sake?
Now, the lack of financial clearance is affecting academic work at the St. Monica's College of Education in the Ashanti region. The college has lost some key authorities to retirement. Now, principal of the institution, Dr. Ochre Kranche, says the college needs to recruit 12 teaching and 18 non-teaching staff to supplement the current staff strength for optimal performance. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin has more.
And the council chair of this noble institution.
The college currently has 38 staff instead of at least 50 to teach 1,800 students.
Yes, as of now, the whole college, we have 38 tutors teaching. In fact, when I took over about 2 years ago, we had 42, and the number has gone down to 38. But world standard prescribed that in tertiary education, every teacher maximum should have, every tutor or lecturer should have a maximum of about 40 students to teach. But our case is not like that. The teacher-student ratio is very high, and all these things do not augur well for our teaching and learning. So we are praying that government give us financial clearance so that we'll be able to recruit more teachers to augment what we have, so that our teaching and learning will go on well.
Dr. Koranchi believes the college has no choice but to convert management staff to teach the students if the government fails to address the situation.
Well, as at now, you heard that the situation demands that even the council chair was saying that even areas that he can help, we should invite him to come and help. So everybody, management members who can teach are teaching. So we are using those tools, and we are using IGF also to get our other people on board to support in the teaching. That's what we have been doing for this time.
According to the college, it is committed to raising teaching and learning standards and will pursue policies and initiatives that will help students maintain their excellence. The academic board has added mathematics and information and communication technology to the junior high school program as specialized courses.
As part of our intention to participate in the promotion of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM education agenda of our dear country, and to develop confidence of the female teacher in the teaching and specialization in the STEM course, the academic board, consultation with council, has introduced mathematics and ICT as one of the specialized courses of the SHS program. This year, 11 level 100 students were offered admission to pursue mathematics and ICT as an elective course under the JHS program.
Guest speaker Dr. Irene Kafue-Vosa Amponsa of the Department of Statistics at the University of Cape Coast advises the all-female graduates to use their voices to challenge systemic barriers that hinder girls' access to quality STEM education. She encourages them to preserve and break through the glass ceilings that limit female representation in STEM.
My dear graduating students, your impact is not limited to the classroom, not at all. You have the opportunity to advocate for change and be a catalyst for progress. Use your voice to challenge systemic barriers that hinder girls' access to quality STEM education. Collaborate with educational institutions, policy makers, we are thankful the minister is here, and community organizations to develop initiatives and programs that encourage girls' participation in STEM.
One of the visible challenges we encountered was academic pressure.
The overall best student, Anna Frimpong, emphasizes that her success came from her determination.
And today I was able to achieve this great academic feat as a result of one thing I've always learned from JHS, that once you teach, you learn. And so one of the things I did on campus was to teach my colleagues who were finding difficulty in areas, some of the courses we were offering. Whenever they came, anytime, anywhere, I was willing to teach them, and that was one thing that really helped me to achieve this feat.
A report by Mohammed Nuruddin.
And on that educational note, we cap off the news, but up next, the news review. Do stay.